All right, this is a big one. This is a
With your
big one.
boy.
My man, Rob Van Dam, RVD, versus none other than the Rabid Wolverine, Chris Benoit.
Now, why was it the Canadian crippler in the Un-Americans?
He was a face. Well, no, I guess he wasn't at the time. I don't know. I guess he could have been. The problem is he was here. I'll bet you, okay, here's why. Here's my theory. Because he didn't need to be. There was no reason for him to be in a group like that.
They needed him.
They needed him, sure, but he didn't need to be in there. You know, he was doing Benoit had only, if you think about it, I mean, Benoit has been in the company like what, 3-4 years maybe at this point, you know, so he's still kind of coming up, but he's coming into his own though now too. I mean, he's getting there. He and Guerrero are like both like, you know, trucking ahead. So yeah, I don't think, you know, the Un-Americans were 3 guys who they didn't know what the hell to do with, and so they just threw them all together and gave them a cheap gimmick, you know. So but here we go. We've got Chris Benoit and the educated feet of RVD. I always loved that call from JR, you know, Rob Van Dam and his educated feet, referencing his martial arts background. We have Brian Hebner is officiating this one as well, pulling double duty here. One of the things I noticed in watching this is how, you know, RVD is known for being very flexible, and one of the things I think that works in his favor is that when he gets like Benoit can roll him up, but like turn him flat in half, you know, and twist him into all these things and stuff, which makes Benoit look great, you know, and looks like it's killing RVD. And there's people who couldn't do that because if he went that hard on him, he'd probably tear their hamstrings out or something like that. So the fact that RVD had such great flexibility brought something to, you know, his matches for both people, he and his opponent.
And I think it especially worked with Benoit, the type of match that he would wrestle. I thought that worked. I thought your point excellent there.
Similar body types. Benoit a little thicker muscularly, but
nowhere near as flexible.
Yeah, no, he couldn't. Yeah, he was one of the tightest looking guy. He looked like he was just under constant strain, like his body was just flexed nonstop.
Well, it was, you know.
I mean, but this is the only interpromotional match on the card, so this is a Raw versus SmackDown match, so there is some pride on the line here. But not only that, but the Intercontinental title being held by Chris Benoit on SmackDown. So if RVD was to win, he would then take the title, and now that gets transferred over to Raw.
And why didn't they precede the match with that's when you bring out Eric and Stephanie and have them go at it with this is the match,
right? That would have been the only promo they would have had to have done the whole night, and it would have made sense.
Yes, I agree. Or afterwards, either way.
Well, they do talk about it afterwards, but it's a backstage thing. Yeah.
This is one match, so I thought went a little too long.
Oh, really? Yeah. You know, I'll say that, you know, there were some parts that maybe you could have trimmed it up just a minute or two or something. But I mean, I also just enjoy watching those two guys work each other. So, you know, but I don't totally disagree either.
Not much. It's a small criticism. The match was excellent.
Yeah. Van Dam does end up coming out on top with the IC title, which was good for him. The pay-per-view before this was the King of the Ring, or no, I'm sorry, it was 2 pay-per-views before this was King of the Ring, and he was in the finals for that, but he was up against Brock Lesnar, and so lost that match. And so this was a good consolation to become IC champ, because I believe this was the first time he became IC champ in the WWE. So,
I believe you're correct.